Hello, greetings, everybody. I just wanted to jump on here and make a quick little video uh, to talk about a new feature that FTDNA has added to their Discover tool. We have talked about before here that FTDNA made this has updated their website and has made something called the Discover tool, and they've been adding features to this tool. Is really good. And one of the new features that they just recently added, just in the last few days, is called the GlobeTracker. And it's pretty awesome because if you test that FTDNA, you could get a tailored migration map where it'll play out on a map, and you press play and it'll start the path of your migration of your ancestors along the map, plotting each SNP, or single nucleotide polymorphism, along the way. And of course, this is based off of, this is not just, conjecture, or it's really based off of data that they have, like ancient DNA that has been found at archaeological sites, and also based off of the very big database that they have. And I want to say or remind everybody that FTDNA was the first company. I know there's other companies that are larger, but it's the first company to ever offer DNA kits commercially. They were the first one. And of all things, they happen to have been Y chromosome tests, right? So they, as far as Y DNA, I really liked this company for that kind of research. Anyhow, all that information that they have, they've used the data that people use, that people that test report the countries that they're from, or the country of origin, where their most or their furthest back paternal line ancestor was from. That's the data that they use to make these maps. So it's not, conjecture. It's based off of whatever the best data that is available. The best data that is available. Okay. So let's go ahead and open it up and take a look at this real quick. I set this up. I put on here T-M184 to use as an example, and basically T-M184, as far as Y haplogroup T, is the most basic mutation that literally defines a person as being Y haplogroup T, right? So if you test at FTDNA and you happen to be Y haplogroup T, wherever you land on the tree, whatever branch you land on, every single person in every single branch has that most basal mutation, which is T-M184. Okay, so this is the Discover tool. I'm going to click here on the side of the screen, and you're going to see something come highlighted right there. I'm going to hit it again. You see that? So that's a tree. And I'm going to go to this bar here and shift it to the left all the way to shrink it down and make it simpler. So you see, yeah, you get to look at this tree, and you could see and better understand the how the SNPs emerged, or how the haplogroup diversified, branching off to all the different discoveries, all the different people that have tested, and it's cool because when you test yourself, you're contributing to this database, and helping everybody learn more. Bennett Greenspan, that is a founder of FTDNA, says and it's a good saying. He says, DNA is guilt by association. DNA is guilt by association. And that's exactly right. So he says basically DNA without any point of reference to compare to means nothing, tells you nothing, right? So the only way they were able to map the human genome is by having a large database of people testing and saying, hey, well, look, these people have this in common, right? Like blue eyes, for example, and it so happens that they have this portion of their DNA, this segment is the same for all of them. And after doing a lot of research and looking at a lot of samples, they've been able to identify little by little these things. And of course, what we're looking at is not the entire genome, but specifically the Y chromosome. Okay, so here goes. This is the Y haplogroup T tree. The mutation that defines it is here at the top, T-M184. And I wanted to also kill two birds with one stone and talk about one of the, because as we know and we've spoken before, T haplogroup originated and diversified in the Middle East. Yet there's still some people that believe or say that it came from Germany. There's some people that have put out incorrect information out there saying, whether maliciously or unintentionally, I don't know, but saying that the oldest sample of Y haplogroup T that has ever been discovered in ancient archaeology was found in Germany, which is false. The oldest sample was actually found in Jordan, right? And then the other thing that they say is that the country with the most ancient DNA is Germany, which is also false. There are several archaeological sites with T haplogroup finds in Germany. However, the country that has the most ancient DNA found is actually Israel. Okay, but that's a topic for another time. But anyhow, I wanted to illustrate this, a branch that actually is responsible for a lot of the mutations that are in Europe and including Germany. Okay, so here, as you can see the tree, you can see how the haplogroup diversifies and branches off to different SNPs. And whatever haplogroup you belong to, when you test, you're actually adding to this research and helping everybody learn more. Okay. As you scroll down, you see the line all the way on the left. And that blue line, if you follow it down, you come to an SNP, a single nucleotide polymorphism, named T-L454. And from that SNP, we have a line that branches off separately. And you follow it all the way down. That same line, all the way down on this tree. It's separate, right? All the way down to this SNP, T-BY91852. And this SNP, you see these finds, these samples, ancient samples that were found at archaeological sites, and many of them are in Europe. Take a look at the names here of the samples. You can pause it and jot them down if you feel the need. But what we're going to do here is we're going to copy this SNP here. Copy. We're going to go back at the top over here. Well, I didn't have to do that, but here. And we're going to plug it in right here. And we're going to look at that branch in specific. All right? And Here we're gonna look at the ancient samples, right? And in case you didn't jot it down, I'm gonna outline it for you. These are the samples that are positive for that SNP. Just to clarify and show you, I'm gonna pick a different one. And as you see, that branch that I believe is from Morocco is not positive for that SNP. It's positive, it has T-L454 in common, but it's not part of this. It's not. Okay? And when we look at the other samples, for example, this one, it is from Bulgaria, right? That's not positive for that either. Okay. But let's look at this one. And it is. You see? By the way, the other one, just because it doesn't say that it belongs to that SNP doesn't mean that it is not. It just hasn't been able to been taken to that resolution. It may or may not be in that SNP. But this one is, this sample here definitely is. All right, in that one branch. Karsdorf. All right, also positive for that SNP. Darenberg. Also positive for that SNP. This other archaeological site right here. Whoa. Also positive for that SNP. So at all of these sites that I just outlined right here, at all of these sites, we have that particular SNP. And they are from Czech Republic. They are from Germany. So you can see here, see what it says there, Germany. They are from, again, another archaeological site in Germany. Okay. And Bulgaria. Okay. And we're going to look at the tool we talked about so much in the beginning here, the GlobeTracker. Look at the left bar, the bar on the left. It's gonna come highlighted. When I click it, I'm gonna hit it again. Since I'm doing this from my phone, I have to turn it sideways to get a better view, to even get a view. But anyhow, so here we go. I'm gonna get full screen here, and let me try to get the best zoom possible to be able to follow it out for you. So this is that SNP that we were talking about that is responsible, or that has been found at many of the archaeological sites in Europe. And where did it come from? Did it originate in Europe, or did it originate in the Levant? Let's take a look. It's playing out, I believe. Okay, let's see. That's where T emerged. T1. And there you go. So that lineage, they believe, originated in the Levant and migrated into North Africa and eventually into Italy, right? And let's see if we could get ancient connections for that. Maybe not. Okay, if we move the bar further back, perhaps. Or not. Anyhow. But yeah, I just wanted to show that feature off and also talk about that lineage there. All right. Well, I hope you all have a good one, and I hope you enjoyed this. And yeah, if you are interested in testing, I'd say go ahead and do it. It's worth it. Okay. The most important history, if you like history, what is more important than the history of you? Anyhow. All right. Take care, and see you next time.